I hope that you all had a blessed Christmas and New Year holiday. It seems like forever since we've been together and had confirmation class. And because of where we are in our study of the New Testament, we go from celebrating Jesus' birth to talking about the last couple days of his life. That's going to seem really strange. But this week we're going to look at Jesus' Last Supper. Jesus is eating the Passover meal with his disciples. The Passover meal was a meal that the Jews ate to celebrate the holiday of Passover, which celebrated the time God saved the people of Israel from slavery in Egypt and led them into freedom. The Jews celebrated Passover every year, but this time Jesus adds new meaning and importance to the meal. Jesus is going to use this last meal with his disciples to teach them to love and serve other people when he washes the disciples' feet. He's going to use the meal to prepare the disciples to see him be arrested, suffer, crucified, and die. He's going to use the meal to let the disciples know that one of them will betray him and the rest of them will abandon him. As you'll see as you read this, the meal is a very serious event for Jesus and his disciples. Now, during the Last Supper, Jesus will instruct his disciples to do this in remembrance of me. So to this day, Christians celebrate the Lord's Supper as a remembrance of Jesus' sacrifice on the cross for us and to receive his body and blood in, with, and under the bread and wine for the forgiveness of our sins. You might recognize some of Jesus' words since the pastor says them during the worship service when we celebrate the Lord's Supper. The words that Jesus speaks as he gives the disciples the bread and wine are known as the words of institution. Now that question's in your homework, so hopefully you see this video and you'll be able to answer that question. Now with these words, Jesus institutes or establishes, or you could say introduces our practice of eating bread and drinking wine to remember his suffering and death for us. As you get ready for our time together on Wednesday, I want you to think about this. If you knew you only had one last meal, who would you invite to eat with you, and what would you tell them? God bless you, and I can't wait to tell you more about Jesus on Wednesday.